So welcome everyone to our very first Word of Wisdom Becoming Angels of Change event. Today we're going to be sharing something pretty exciting that has many families honed in on the Word of Wisdom, and not only that, are practicing the principles of self-reliance, which has actually become a big thing now within the church. And so I just wanted to share who I am. My name is Henadetta and I live in New Zealand. I'm a homeschooling mum of 5 and a wellness coach and an online business entrepreneur. Many years ago, my dad passed away from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a brain tumour. He was younger than I am now. He was 42, and that event spiraled in me a journey of discovery. His 2 sisters also passed away from the very same condition, and so I automatically, I was coming into my 20s, I think it was 18, 19, I automatically thought that was my fate, yet I refused for it to be. I started my wellness journey when I was in my 30s, and I discovered many things, but the main thing I discovered was that, well, one of the main things I discovered was it's easy applying the don'ts of the Word of Wisdom and somewhat challenging applying the do's. So, increasing fruits and vegetables and wholesome herbs in our diet. Well, another thing that weighed on my mind was to live life at its full. He was very young when he passed, and so I've learned that it's something that I wanted to do, is just to live life and to enjoy my family and try new things and live with joy. And so, and also as President Uchtdorf said, he said to become a powerful creator. We are all intrinsically designed or created to be creators. As daughters and sons of Heavenly Father, we have the power to create. And so I believe that we also have the power to create a life for our family where we can experience more passion and more joy and more purpose. And this is why we're here today. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the time over to Liz, who hails from Mount Maunganui, and she's going to be sharing with you a little bit about what's got us all excited. So, hello. Hey, Liz.
Hi, H. Hi, everybody. I live down in Mount Maunganui, and it's a beautiful day today. So I'm also a wellness coach, but I also am an advocate for health and disability. I'm a paraplegic, and I've been in a chair for 11 years. And up until 14 months ago, I had terrible health. Just to get out of bed and just to do daily things, I needed to take 22 capsules a day. And they were for things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I'd had a stroke, so I needed a blood thinner. I have asthma. I have lymphedema, which is retaining fluids. I have kidney stones at the moment, and I've had them for a while because of being a paraplegic. I have UTIs. I have pain medication. So life wasn't getting easier for me on 22 capsules. For a stint there, for 6 months period, I was going to hospital every 2 weeks. And I was getting desperate. My health was going downhill, and they were just adding more medication to my list. And I thought, this is no way to live. So I actually took it to my Heavenly Father, and I said, I need help. And about 5 days later, I came across Henaddetta's post for what we call our juicy beans. And so this is what they are. They are fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule. And this is what they look like. So what they are, it's 30 fruits, veggies, and berries that are picked at ripeness, and they're juiced, and the moisture and the sugar are removed from them, leaving a liquid that is dehydrated at a low temperature. And this powder has got thousands of living organisms in them, and what we call, in the science, call them phytochemicals, which the Greek word for photo is plants. So they're plant nutrients, and they help plants to fight bacteria, pests, and to help them to maintain their best nutrients in their plants. So that's what those are at the moment. And so they're put into this capsule, and you're taking 30 every day. The recommended dosage from the government is 5 serves of vegetables, 5 to 9, and that's not cutting. Science tells us that we need to take between 9 and 13. So Juice Plus gives us 30 a day. So not only does Juice Plus give us a good background, also what it means for me as a Latter-day Saint and living the word of wisdom, in Doctrine and Covenants section 89, it tells us what we should be eating. You know, plants, herbs, meats are lean. And so this aligns with my values and the standards that I live by daily. And the company has been around, Juice Plus has been around for 27 years. So it's not a fly-by-night company. It's been here around for a long time, and its mission is to inspire healthy living throughout the world. And it's been in New Zealand I've been on it for 14 months, and it was introduced prior to that. So it's fairly new to New Zealand, and people are catching the vision of what fruits and vegetables and berries can do for you. So also the company has got 35 peer-reviewed gold standard studies of these products. So they're done to a high standard, it's the same standard that pharmaceutical studies are done to. And there's not many supplements that are taken those studies that high. I don't know of any. And over 35, that's amazing. And by high standard from research development, universities, we're talking about top universities. And so if you want, if that's your thing, we can give that to you. You can ask the person who invited you to this, and those can be available for you to read. Also, we have what we call our chewies, and those are them here. And they're the same as our fruit and veggies, but they're done with a tapioca. And the company sponsors an adult, so when you purchase these, you get these free for a child from the age of 4 to 18. That's amazing that you can get a product free to help your children get better health. And the studies have found that children are craving more fruits and vegetables. They're having better concentration at school. They're sleeping better, and they're missing less school. Children's allergies have improved. Also, with the peer review studies, they've found the two main results that come out of those studies is that one, there's decrease in inflammation in your body. And inflammation is the core of all diseases. And two, there's an increase in your immune system. And this has really happened for me. I can testify to you this, because now I take no capsules at all. From 22, after 6 months, I cut down to 11, and then by 10 months, I've done without them, and I still do without them. I hardly ever go to the doctor. So I can testify that those things have happened, a decrease in my inflammation and an increase in my immune system. So when I do get sick, I'm not sick for very long, and it's not very bad. Our other product that we have is our vegan plant-based protein. So these cover our protein, carbs, and fats. And these have things like broccoli powder, Brussels sprouts powder, mushroom powder, which is really good for vitamin D. If you take one of these packets a day, you're getting 40% of your daily vitamin D intake. And for most of us, there's 60 to 70%, the statistics show, vitamin D deficient. And the only other source you can get this is from the sun. And so these are really awesome. They're quick on the run. When I'm busy, I go swimming in the mornings. I come back and I've got other appointments. Chuck one of these in the blender with some fruit in them, easy. Or I take them with me. I study at night, so I take them with me as my tea and I shake it up at my class. Easy, good to go. Same with the beans. So I feed them as my juicy beans. What else? The Juice Plus, well actually it's Kira, who's one of our mentors. She is a finalist in MasterChef in 2014, and she is really passionate about cooking healthy meals for the family, the whole family. And so that you're not having to cook separate meals for yourself and then having to cook different meals for your children there. And these are one of her cookbooks, which is it was Father's Day, which was Sunday, and that was for customers. They were given that free. But she's got a body transformation booklet, and it has over 200 recipes which I cook from. I made on Wednesday cauliflower pizza based on one of the patty recipes from there. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinners, and then they have exercises in it. They have grocery lists and detox programs. So it's a wonderful program, the JBT, and it's been a wonderful way of life for me. So that's our products, and that's what Juice Plus has to offer, and it's how I've lived my last 40 months and how I will continue to live my life, which aligns with my values and standards as a member of the church. So thank you. That's me.
Thank you. We're going to hear from Andrea now.
Hi, thank you very much, Liz, for sharing your beautiful testimonial story. Hi, I'm Andrea, for you guys who don't know me. I live here in cold Matawa. Right now it's cold. But I've been on the products for 12 months now. And I started off because I wasn't sleeping well. I was very lethargic and very tired. I had no energy to do things with my family. I also wasn't eating right either. I was having a lot of junk food, and that was affecting my body and my health. And so I started taking the products, and within a week I noticed my my energy levels had shot through the roof. It was amazing. It was a nice feeling. So I was able to constantly go out with my son and do different things with him. Within the month, I noticed I also have endometriosis, and I suffer a lot of pains with that, agonizing pain, and I've had it for about 18 years now, where it's affected me for the first 2 weeks prior to my period. I have constant pains, crying a lot, not being able to leave the home and stuff like that. But the first month that I started taking the products, my period came without notice. And normally I would have a freak out, but this time I was so excited because I hadn't had those pains that I would suffer throughout those 2 weeks beforehand. I was excited. I told my friends, I told my husband. He's like, oh, here we go. And it was, I know that for some people you might think, oh yeah, it's just a period, but for someone who struggles with endometriosis and polycystic ovaries, and struggles with all those pains and not having regular periods and stuff like that, it plays a lot with your mind. And I was so grateful to my Heavenly Father because, like Liz, I also I prayed for something to change in my life, something that would help me to change my life. And the way it was heading, it wasn't going right. So I have not looked back. It's been 12 months now that my periods are constant. I know exactly when they're coming. I don't have those pains anymore. I have been able to sleep now for 12 months throughout the night and not wake up. Like if I wake up to go to the toilet, I go straight to sleep again, and I don't have to constantly worry that the next day I'm going to fall asleep at school or class. I'm ever grateful for the opportunity that I have to be part of this amazing journey. And yeah, that's my story. Sorry about me being a bit of a lala, but I feel it. So yeah. I'll now pass time over to Amanda.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea. Hi, everybody. For those that don't know me, my name's Mandy. I am a mum of 10 children. I'm also a wellness advocate. My journey actually began 4 years ago with a near-death experience. After the birth of my 10th baby, it was discovered that my kidney was blocked with a kidney stone, which had in fact killed my kidney, which was in turn slowly killing me. So after having my kidney removed, I began a journey of one of natural healing, one for I was looking for a way to be able to increase my health. Being a member of the church, the word of wisdom has always been really important to me. And I did have my struggles. My family, we tried to eat the best we could, and we did eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, but there was a lot of things within our diet that was contributing to my health that was not good. And so after a lot of prayer and just trusting in Heavenly Father, I was able to have the opportunity to discover juicy beans. And from the moment I started taking the juicy beans, which I've actually been on now for 12 months, and all my family take them now, my body has just improved 100%. I've gone from having constant UTIs, like maybe 2 or 3 a month, to I can't even recall the last time I had one, which is pretty amazing. And my body is actually functioning in a way which allows me to be a better mother and a better wife to my children and to my husband. I've got more energy. I can, like Andrea, I sleep better overnight time, so I look forward to getting up of a morning, and it's not a constant battle with keeping my eyes open and not having to have a nana nap right when I'm supposed to be going in to pick up the kids from school. So I'm so grateful to Heavenly Father that He opened up the door to an opportunity to not only to improve my health, but also to help my family with something that is really important to us, and that is being self-reliant. And at the moment, we have a goal to be self-reliant financially. We've been a single income family from the day we were married, which was nearly 28 years ago. So in all that time, we've had one income, and we are lucky to live in Australia where we do have help in the form of Centrelink. But doesn't feel right being on something when I know that we could be helping ourselves. And so our big focus in particular this year was to become financially self-reliant, which will then give us time freedom and freedom to be able to do things as a family. So I was introduced to the business side of this juicy business, and it really has been an eye-opener to me. My husband had previous experience in this type of business structure, and I was always really skeptical of it. So I just wanted to share with you something that I heard when I first was looking into the business that really helped to clarify to me just how awesome this industry is, and how I can see the gospel in this plan. So if you can see that, before I started our family, I worked for a little time. Sorry, I'll have to swap sides. In a retail industry. And at the top of the retail store that I worked for was a CEO. Sorry if you we're backwards, and so I was down the bottom here with all the other workers, and we had various levels within the business that to move up, you either had to step on other people's feet, or if people wanted to move up, they would step on you. And it was always a battle to get to the next level, and to get to the top was practically impossible. So our business is really it's a friendship building business. It's something that really reminds me of the gospel, because we are here to help each other to grow. And in order for us to move forward, we need to take other people with us. And so I like to think of our business as more of a rectangle. Sorry, it's a bit wonky. So everybody, when we start, everybody starts at the very same level. And we do have levels. And right at the top, we have NMD. Now, if you look at the rectangle, it's a lot different to what the triangle was. So everybody starts down here. And have you noticed that how much room there is? So everybody has the same opportunity to move up. There's no pushing people out of the way or hurting anybody in the process. And in order for us to move up, we need to take other people by the hand and help them to grow and to move up as well. So to me, this is a wonderful example of how Heavenly Father wants us to help those around us, because we are here to experience joy in our life. And as we help one another, we can all obtain this amazing spot right up here at the top. And there's room for everybody there. So I just wanted to leave that with you, and to just to say how grateful I am for Heavenly Father opening up these opportunities for myself and for my family and for all these other wonderful people that I've met through this process. So that's my my testimony, and I'll leave that with you, and I'll hand over now to Leona, who is going to share her testimony as well.
Thanks, Mandy. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, you can. All right, cool. My name's Leona, and hang on, let me just put this into. I live in Tasmania, and I have 6 children. I've been in this business now on the products for just over a year, and it's been a massive blessing for me and for my family as well. So when my friend introduced the products to me, I was very tired. I was a very tired mum, and I was dragging my feet through each day. I was struggling to stay awake when I read to the kids. I always remember that, because you know when you're really tired and you've got to read a bedtime story or you've got to read an afternoon story and you put yourself to sleep, I was sort of doing that. So I remember that's what it was like. And I was also in pain because of my fibromyalgia. I think a lot of the tiredness was because of my chronic fatigue, which I had as well. I have a funny shaped ear, so this one doesn't stay in, so I hope you can still hear me. There we go. Okay, and so yeah, my friend told me about the products, and as you've seen Liz explain, fruits, vegetables, concentrated powder, I thought, you know what, it makes sense to me. It didn't go against my values of being something that was artificial and not right for my body. I thought, you know, the Lord wants us to have fruits and vegetables in their season when they're at their most nutritious and ripe, and that's exactly what these were. And so I felt good about, you know, at least giving them a go. They were also cost effective for me because I was already spending money on medication, and also I'm trying to source really good quality fruits and vegetables. And, you know, when you're buying organic, and especially when you've got a big family, that's a big expense. So I thought I'm going to give it a go, and I did, and I'm never looked back. Like Liz said too, never look back. And just really grateful because after a few weeks I noticed that my energy was much better. I wasn't falling asleep anymore in the afternoons when I was trying to spend time with the children. My pain levels decreased, so I haven't been reliant on my medication anymore for just under a year now, and I just felt much better. I wasn't the mummy trudging through the day, so I felt better about myself. I could start going back on the family hikes with the kids, and you know, just doing things together as a family, and enjoying them and enjoying my role as a mum. I've always wanted to be a mum. When I was at school, you know, and the teacher would ask what we wanted to be when we grew up, mine was always a mum. So I didn't really have any massive ambitions to do a career or anything like that. I have hobbies. I'm artsy and I love music, but I didn't really, you know, I had my heart set on a degree of any sort. I just really wanted to get married and have babies. So when my friend, you know, introduced the possibility of maybe doing a business, I was a little bit confused because it had never been something, you know, that was of interest to me. And I guess I'd also fallen into that trap that we can sometimes fall into as Latter-day Saint women, that, you know, my life was really about being a mum and, you know, holding my family together and cooking and cleaning and raising my children. And I sort of saw the career part of it and the earning money as what my husband did. When I was younger, I sort of looked at it as being a more of a worldly ambition maybe sometimes for a woman. And so, you know, I guess my perceptions weren't really spot on, but that's just how I felt. And that's why I'm just explaining why when my friend talked about the business, I didn't feel like the business related to me. But because the products had helped me so much, I really had that need and that desire to share that with other people, because I started telling people about it. Once I felt so much better, then I couldn't help but tell my friends. So I was doing that anyway. And my friend said to me, that's all you do with this business. It's just a sharing business. Once I realized I didn't have to worry about things like bookkeeping and maybe taking time away from my children and learning about marketing and business and things like that, once I realized it wasn't really about that, then all I really needed to do was to really serve and to love people, you know, at a high level, because I had to get over my own insecurities of speaking to people and really share that there's this amazing whole food product that can help them to look and feel better. And once I realized that's what I needed to do, then I thought, yeah, I think I can do that. And so I did join the business and I did share it with lots of people. I was really passionate about sharing it. I felt like everybody needed to know all about this because it's just amazing. And I had Heavenly Father's blessing in doing it too. I really prayed about it because, like I said, I'm not business minded, so I had a fear around that. But I felt all the time that He's always encouraged me. He's there for me. And the thing I love about the business is that it coincides with, you know, my highest values and values as that we have as Latter-day Saints. And we've talked already about the word of wisdom and how the product, you know, aligns with what the word of wisdom is for us. And we really truly believe that the business helps us to be self-reliant as well. So whereas, you know, we've always relied on my husband's income as being our only source of income for our big family, now we have 2 sources of income. But me being in this business hasn't taken away from my children or my family at all. It's just really enhanced the things that we can do together, and it's blessed our lives financially, which is what Heavenly Father wants for each of us. He wants us to experience joy and to be self-reliant. And so I went over the principles of what self-reliance is, and, you know, I wrote down just a handful. And so there's use our time wisely, manage money, work, take responsibility, solve problems, become one, work together, communicate, which is petition and listen, persevere, show integrity, and seek learning and education. And so I just thought, you know what, this business just ticks off all of those. And it's not just our business. I'm sure there's many other businesses that do that too. But it's been really nice for me to learn that as a Latter-day Saint woman and mother, that I can contribute to my family and I can live more fully the principles of self-reliance than I was living before. So I'm really grateful because the business has allowed me to be able to put my whole family on this product because we love it so much. My husband takes it, my children take it, my parents and his parents, and it hasn't cost us a cent because the business has covered it. So for all this time that we've been on it, we haven't had to pay for it. So that's a massive blessing. Because we're in the business too, there's a lot of other people. I haven't done a head count, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of other families that have the blessing of having this amazing product in their lives. And then I've got friends who've joined the business and it's blessing them financially as well. There's so many parts of the business that I love. The financial rewards just part of it. But there's so many aspects. There's so much personal growth in this business. And I know the Heavenly Father wants me to rise up and be the woman that he intended me to be. And I really know that this business helps me to do that because I do like to just retract back into my comfort zone as much as I can. And this business helps me to know that, you know, my life is really about serving other people. And this is such a great way for me to be able to do it because I can do it from home around my children. I can do it. Sometimes I have a lot of time to do it and other times I don't. But either way, the business is always there and I can always do it in my own way, in my own time. It just blessed us massively. And so we've got lots of things that we're looking forward to now as our business grows. There's lots of things that we want to do with the children. And we always talk about how we'd love to serve a humanitarian mission. And I always imagined that would be when we're really old. But now I don't think it's going to be as long as we thought it would be. We're actually thinking about maybe taking some of the kids with us to serve. So that'd be really cool too. So yeah, I'm really grateful as well. I'm just so grateful for the business, for the product, for everything, for the community, for the people that it's brought into my life, for the friendships, these amazing women that I've met that inspire me every day. And that's it. I'll leave that with you. So thank you. I'll hand it back to Henrietta.
Thanks, Leona. Thanks, everyone, for your shares tonight. It's that there you have it. Not only are we excited about changing up the health of our friends and family and even people we don't know, because we do come across people we don't know, but we also have the blessing of teaching the principles of self-reliance, doing what we love. We get to run a business from home, and as you heard tonight, we get to run it around our families, and all we need is our phone or a device and Wi-Fi. For my family, when I started this business, I was able to save for the first time. You've heard many of the girls tonight were one-income families, and so were we. And it was the first time that I'd been able to save. And then 7 months into the business, my husband was laid off. And the power that we felt because of this self-reliance, that I had saved money for us to cover expenses, and not only that, we were able to do some travelling a little around Tasmania and make our way up to Queensland. So it's been a real testament to me of how we can pull ourselves out of, out of debt and out of money issues and financial problems, and really activate the power of self-reliance. And there are so many courses, which I won't go into, but that help us do that in the church, such as Starting and Growing Your Own Business, which has really helped me as well. So unlike traditional business, we don't need a 5-figure investment to start up, let alone a degree in business, as you heard from Leona. It's the first time I've done this type of business as well. But traditional owners, business owners, they sometimes work for 2 to 3 years before they see a profit from their investment. So In our business, it costs under $200 to start what we call our juicy business. And the only qualifications we need, there are only three: a desire, willingness to take action, and teachable. And so that's it. And I'm really blessed to be able to listen to the stories, and we are able to share the wonderful principle of the word of wisdom and self-reliance with our friends and family, and meet together with an amazing community of women. So thanks, everyone. I'm so grateful to have been able to be part of this event. This is our very first event of its type in our team. And if this is something that resonates with you, I encourage you to reach out to the person who sent you this link, and they'll be able to share more with you and help you get started in creating some self-reliance and creating more health for you and your family. So thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.